Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to go over some Twitter information. I'll share my opinion there, kind of go over some stuff that we haven't really talked about too much on the channel, at least information that's being shared on Twitter here. Let's dive in. I'll give you my financial opinion along with it. This is my account. It's Finding Value Finance at Finding_Finance. If you want to add me on there, go ahead and do that. I do retweet, and I also post other things like here's my video on understanding ratios, investing by understanding the acquisition costs. So coming on down here, this is pretty crazy here. This is the issuances of Treasury Bonds trailing 6 months in millions of USD. That's crazy. So really, this whole problem started in 2008 crisis. They just blew it up with a bunch of money printing. And it's remained elevated, and they continue to elevate the number of bonds issued. They are raising money or printing money because money's created when you issue a treasury bond, and they are printing like heck. So money is being released. He says, remarkable, we're still seeing near record levels of long-term treasuries being issued. Almost 300 billion just in the last 6 months. I think that's going to be inflationary. We're coming to what could be problems in our currencies around the world. And I say currencies, it's not just us, it's everyone. Scott put this on here. It says, I don't want to spend my time trying to earn a lot of little profits. I want very, very big profits that I'm ready to wait for. That's exactly how I invest. And everyone wants these short-term little trades, and it's not worth the effort. It's not worth the time. It's not worth anything. And Philip Fisher, who said this, I think is exactly right. I'm not trying to earn a bunch of little profits. I'm trying to go for the big stuff. That's what I'm waiting for, and it's totally worth waiting for because the very big profits completely and utterly dwarf these little profits. When you're talking about a 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x versus, hey, look, I made 30%. Well, that's great. Coming on down here, he's got a reminder from the 73-74 inflationary recession. It took a decline of 48% in stocks for inflation to start trending lower for the next couple of years. Don't forget that inflation came roaring back in 77. This is an inflationary regime, and the Fed is ultimately trapped. So this is the inflation coming on up here. I think during this time frame, if you look at that time frame, you had an expansionary phase of real estate that went up, came back in the middle of it, and then went up again, which matched the demographics. So I don't think another thing back in the 70s is the expansion phase of real estate went up very quickly. There was no constraints in the system. Today, we have a lot of constraints in ramping up home starts, whether it be labor or supplies. So I don't think this is necessarily what he's saying is 100% accurate, that it took a decline of 48% in stocks for inflation to start trending lower. That is not my opinion. It trended lower because housing starts, or the driver of the inflation, went below the average in the middle of the 1970s. That is what caused the pullback. It wasn't a decline in 48% in stocks. The stock market was I'll call it, was a symptom of interest rates going up. Consumer price index went up, but the interest rates went up during that time frame. And S&P 500 went down. Their margins compressed in stocks. It was a symptom of higher interest rates, and this pullback was a symptom of the demographic basically coming lower during that time frame. So coming on down, I was asking investing, how often do you check your trading brokerage account? Looks like the majority of people, they check it a few times a day. I was just curious how often people are on their accounts. Are uranium miners about to take off versus the metal again in a big bull market continuation move? This is from North Star. It's starting to come back up in terms of the relative strength indicator. And this is the uranium miners versus uranium the metal. So that's URA divided by UX1. So that's the future prices. URA is the ETF. You can see this came down and is hitting this arc multiple times. We are now hitting this arc and heading higher. So we're at support. We're heading higher. We got some momentum going to the upside. We've got the relative strength indicator moving higher. Hopefully in the short term, this thing heads on up. And there's a lot that do look pretty good in the uranium sector in terms of their candlesticks. Here's one, the gold and silver traders. Okay, I already went over this. So we'll come back up here. I was watching this clip with Putin, and I do think that it's deeper than just them trying to take over Kazakhstan. No, Ukraine. Than them taking over Ukraine. I think it has to deal with us as well and the currency that we printed. You can tell they turned on the printing machine and the US printed 5.9 trillion. And he's talking about all of the money printing and all this other stuff, which I think he was not too happy about. But, that's what I've got for today and what we've got on Twitter. I'm just kind of sharing some of this stuff. If you guys are interested, definitely check out the Platinum membership in the description link below. I go over a lot of financial education type stuff. Some of it deals with this. We have a question and answer session at 5 p.m. Sunday, 7/24. So if you want to join, you can jump on that. You can ask a bunch of questions for the question and answer session if you're a Platinum member on the website. So that's coming today. And I'm, I like doing these things. I'm pretty excited about it. I like doing them with everybody, and a lot of really good questions. I may also go over some other things that people have question-wise if you submit them to the website. Those do get videotaped. I do put them to the website so everyone else can view them later. So it's not like you miss anything. You can go back and watch a lot of the older ones as well. All right, guys, if you like the content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.